Okay, bye-bye.
All right. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming tonight. We've got several public hearings that we're continuing from our last meeting in August. The first is regarding a draft of an updated comprehensive business districts master plan. And I don't think I need a motion because it's just a continuation.
It's still open.
Or we could,
Well, do a motion. Why not? Let's open it.
Make a motion to open public hearing.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
So this is the document that the village has been working on for many years, and the most recent development is that Brad Hammond and I met with the Suffolk County Planning Commission yesterday and gave them an overview. It was at their request, and we gave them an overview of the plan. And then we discussed their staff recommendations, and at the end of our meeting with them, they voted to approve our plan. We haven't gotten that in writing yet, but we were there for the vote. So we can take some additional comments tonight, and then depending on what happens, we'd be able at the next meeting to adopt a resolution finalizing the plan, unless there's any other discussions. So why don't we open it up to the audience? Would anybody like to, if you'd like to speak, you need to come up to the podium, state your
Before
name.
we speak, can I just reiterate what exactly it is that we're discussing here?
It's an update to the comprehensive plan for the 3 business districts in the village, the B1, which is the downtown, and the B2 and 3, which are the areas above Montauk Highway and to the north. So, the plan includes a lot of information and recommendations, but a lot of those have already been adopted. We have our, Mike Russo is here from Nelson Pope and Voorhees, and he's been our consultant on the project. Did you want to, I know you spoke last time, but yeah, come on
Let's
up.
go over what the revision was. There was one revision based on, again, it's Mike Brusso from Nelson Pope and Voorhees. There was one revision to the plan from the last meeting. There was some issues raised by neighbors. So I just want to read that one little excerpt that was changed.
That was for Potunk Lane.
For Potunk Lane rezoning. It says, the village considered its options and received input from area residents regarding a change from R2 to a transitional mixed-use zoning district along the east side of Potunk Lane from the existing HC district located across from Village Hall south to the B1 district. The district would allow low-impact land uses such as single-family residences and home occupation offices as currently permitted in the R2 zoning district, as well as an option for compatible first-floor professional offices and limited upstairs apartments. This could be accomplished sometime in the future through the creation of a new Hamlet office residential district or similar zoning that would allow modest mixed-use growth while remaining sensitive to existing single-family residential uses through dimensional zoning restrictions, screening and buffering requirements, residential style architecture, and other mitigative standards. The trustees do not plan to move forward with this recommendation at this time, but would like to keep this option open for future consideration when the area is fully sewered and additional demand for mixed-use growth warrants. So that's the only change that was made.
That's fair. Thanks. There's a lot that's also in the plan with recommendations that we've gone over at many hearings, and it's found on our website under the, I think it's under the building department tab, comprehensive plan if you want to see more details. All right, thanks.
So is that withdrawn in there?
So really, the only code change is going to be for the additional uses in the B2, B3 districts. That's the only change that would require a change to the village's code. The rest are, installing sidewalks, landscaping. So we already have the sewer project underway and a lot of the other features that were incorporated in the Main Street project. So we do have that. Why don't we, if no one has any comments, why don't we close this public hearing and go on to the next one, which is the proposed code amendments.
I move we close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And would anyone like to open the public
Yeah.
hearing?
Motion to open the public hearing on proposed zoning map amendment east side of Potunk Lane.
Second.
Oh, no.
It's the B2, B3.
Yeah, that's fine. 'cause
I thought we wanted to do that since we were tagging it on to,
Yeah, I just was going to do the second one, but why don't we just do that one? And then
yeah,
we'll
since
close
it's
it.
tied to what we just discussed and there are folks here for that, I thought we can
Okay,
tackle that and then go back.
Sure. Second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so that is, I don't know if anybody's here for that, but we did discuss it at the last meeting and we heard the input from the community and we understand the concerns. So as our consultant Mike just read, we are tabling that and we're not going to adopt that code change to change the zoning on Potunk. It's possible it could come up in the future, but if it did, you would get notice and you would have the opportunity to come back and speak to it at that time. But for now, the board's not going to act on it.
And there also exists the possibility of a different code change, because I know that some of the intentions for that potential code change were less than what was included with the proposed one. There was some other things mixed in. My understanding earlier on was that it was going to be more focused on expansion of allowance for more density in residential, like an accessory, accessory uses and things like that. So, but that could all be discussed in the future. But for now, it's table.
Right, because we were looking at it as maybe an HC, which would allow many, two apartments upstairs, but maybe some other retail uses downstairs. But if we were to form a HO, then that would just be an office downstairs, like a professional office. But even that seemed to be objected to, and so it's just.
Yeah, just strictly residential staying.
Much appreciated.
Thank you for
Thanks for
coming out and giving us your opinion. All right, I need a motion to close that public hearing. then.
Make a motion, we close public hearing on the amendment to Potunk Lane.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then the other public hearing for the possible code amendments for uses in the B2, B3. I need a motion to open the public hearing on that.
I move we open the public hearing on the uses in the B2, B3.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And so again, this was discussed previously, and this is the list of the expanded uses for the B2. Everybody, I'm sure, agrees that the property owners there are struggling to find tenants, and so we want to help them. We've certainly done a lot for the downtown with the Main Street reconstruction and the sewers, so now we need to help revitalize the properties north of the highway. And so the list is set forth in the plan, and it includes a florist, an electronics store, luggage and leather goods, a sporting goods store, which I did already get a call from the owner of the North Mall that there's somebody that might be interested in that. Marine supply, indoor recreation, a day spa, grocery store up to 5,000 square feet. And, this is, and it's on the website. So
It's all things we had discussed earlier.
Yeah, we talked about that before. So the only thing that came up just recently was, the size of the grocery store. If we were going to go larger, it might attract more. I know nobody, we wouldn't want to go for supermarket
No,
size,
I
but,
want to.
now I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, so, right now we decided on the 5,000. I suppose if somebody really wanted to come in, they wanted more, maybe they could get a variance, unless, then if we wanted to change it, now would be the time to talk about it. Mike, do you want to just come tell us any thoughts on that? I mean, I know we already looked at the numbers.
Well, I think it really depends. We've had a couple meetings on this. I think one was a work session also. And I know that there was a lot of discussion and there was a little back and forth. And I think we started out a little bit higher than 5,000 and we
Yes.
went down to 5,000. If it's 5,000 or 6,000, I don't know how much of a difference it would make, but, it may be worth just taking a second look at it.
I just don't want to do a number that nobody would come in at that number, but I don't know that that's the case. We seem to be comfortable with the 5,000 square foot number at the last couple of discussions we had. But now we're getting to the end here. I don't have a good sense of what
Well, yeah, as you said, I think
square feet would be.
I think there is an opportunity for a variance if someone came in and they were able to demonstrate their case. If it's 1,000 square feet, you may be more amenable to it than if they wanted to come in with a 30,000 square foot building.
Oh, sure.
So, that option is always available for everything in your code. So,
Okay, so if we could just, we've talked about it, maybe we just, unless anybody has any other thoughts, we could leave it at the 5,000 square feet.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We talked about this, sort of the equivalent of a Schmitz in Southampton.
Yep.
And if somebody has to have an extra 1,000, they could go to the zoning board for that. Okay.
I'd rather keep it small than let,
Yeah, with the option of making an exception.
it becomes a traffic issue. 31's already a traffic problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of traffic. All right, so does anybody else have any comments on that? All right, then we need a motion to close that public hearing.
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and our last public hearing is a continuation again from last month on the cannabis legislation and the dispensaries and cafes. And this was just a general discussion, not on the particular legislation, which that's to come, but we held it open in case there were any additional comments from the public.
So you want me to, I'll move that we open
I thought we just did that.
well, we didn't open this one.
No.
We left
On
it
the
open.
cannabis.
On the
Yeah.
cannabis. We left it open last time, didn't
Yeah, but we're
but we didn't
just-
reopen it yet.
we? We didn't reopen it yet.
Okay,
Okay.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Are you sure? Or
Yeah,
watch
it
the
was,
video?
it was the closure of the prior one that we did.
Twice,
Okay.
sorry.
Too many public hearings at once. Okay, would anybody like to speak to this issue? If you would, please come up to the podium.
This is about the cannabis.
Yes.
Yes.
It's just a general conversation that we started at the last board meeting.
Hi, Michael Muller. I'm from Southampton, 24 years old. I truly believe that with the legalization of cannabis, I don't see why we wouldn't have a way to create tax revenue, a way for people to consume marijuana, cannabis, CBD, all that in a safe, healthy way. Today, a lot of kids go, not even kids, people, they seek ways to get this and it's not safe. They don't know what they're getting. They don't know who's getting it from. It's laced. Kids are dying. They become addicted to other things. Cannabis isn't as bad as what we all believed or were almost like brainwashed, because I can go to the store right now and buy a bottle of liquor. You give someone cannabis, they're not going to be the same as if they were drinking. So I believe that cannabis it's a healthy way to relax and to kind of like socialize, right? Because that's what we need out here. Is we need more social, like a social way of living, because there's not much to do if you really think about it. Like, some people are getting bored, especially with the quarantining and the COVID. I think that this would be an interesting and fun journey if we started to open up a way where we can open up a cafe, cannabis cafe or something like that. I do understand that parents are skeptical of it because it can be considered a gateway drug. So is a cigarette. So is alcohol. It's a drug. Cannabis is not a drug. It's a vegetable grown from the earth. It's just not a drug. So I believe that we should be allowed to discuss more of this topic, because I don't see how we can't make this work. It would be beneficial for everyone. Tax revenue, more tourism coming in, you know, like a little shop right next to Tony's Pizza. I mean, hey, you want to get food, get a little bit of, herbs, go home, have a nice time, or have a lounge where you can do it, right? You can go to the bar and drink. Why can't you go to a lounge and smoke? So that's why I'm here, and that's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
Well, we're going to, what our village attorney has recommended is that we close this public hearing, and then we schedule another one for the October meeting, where we actually have to consider the legislation of the opting out.
Correct.
Okay, so I need a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Well, that concludes the public hearings. So now we're going to move on to the resolutions. Thank you for coming, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Resolved that the minutes of the Board of Trustees meeting of August 5th, 2021 are hereby accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that the police department's building inspectors and justice court reports for August 2021 and the treasurer's report for July 2021 are hereby accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the warrant for September 2021 in the amount of $101,067.60 for the general fund and $1,469,465.10 for the capital fund is hereby approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that Lisa King is hereby appointed to the position of food service worker at an hourly rate of $12.50 effective August 15th, 2021.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Greater West Hampton Chamber of Commerce is hereby authorized to use the Village Green on Sunday, October 10th, 2021 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Monday, October 11th, 2021 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. with a setup date of Saturday, October 9th, 2021 for the Gordon Werner Art Show with the following sign: 1 6-foot vinyl banner placed at the corner of Main Street and Mill Road.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the Greater West Hampton Chamber of Commerce to use the village sidewalks on Saturday, September 25th and Sunday, September 26th and October 9th, 10th, and 11th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for the annual sidewalk sale sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. One panel of sidewalks must remain clear for pedestrians.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the West Hampton Beach Fire Department is hereby authorized to use Rogers Beach Pavilion on Saturday, September 11th, 2021, from noon to 4 p.m. for the annual membership barbecue.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mayor, I was thinking back to the one before, where we say one panel of sidewalks, not to get overly nitty gritty, but should we just clarify that the width of that, or that it's the full panel, or if they vary, and with the old, like on Sunset, if the panels vary, can't hurt to clarify what the width of the panel is,
5 foot?
right? So 1 5-foot panel. I don't know. Could
Okay.
get sticky if someone says this is a panel. And,
Panel doesn't seem like the right word to use.
Yeah.
yeah, it's,
Okay.
I don't even know if some people know.
You know
that
what?
means.
It makes me remember that at the work session, we had said we didn't want them in the, we wanted them up against the building, not out by the
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
right of way.
The
I don't know
actual
if we
racks.
still feel,
It's either the racks against the building and people shopping, or the racks a little further out and people shopping on the other side. I
or
think-
both. If
or-
we don't
yeah.
say it, they might do both, and as long as there's one panel of
Right.
sidewalk open.
That's the key.
I don't know if people, if you hear about that, if they're against the building and against the curb, as long as there's one pathway open, or you just want everything against the building.
I think
I
in
prefer,
the,
no, because you don't want them out by that curb, because anybody driving a car could hit that curb and just come right up and hit,
Right. Plus, we discussed this in the work session, people might go to the opposite side of the curb in the parking space to look at whatever.
look at, walk around and end up in a parking space standing there.
Displays have to be next to the building.
We might want to just change the language going forward, 1 5-foot panel of sidewalks and the
Displays
and the
have to
paver
be-
area.
Have to be next to the building.
Just,
Yeah, I thought we discussed that. That's where we
Yeah.
discussed it and left it at the thing,
yeah,
because of the danger of having the other side.
So 1 5-foot panel of sidewalk must remain clear, and any
With all
racks and
displays,
The
with a-
discussion was the
all
racks
displays
against
next to the building.
That's what the discussion was about, the racks
Right.
against the building. Yeah.
Right.
it's just defining that, and the panel of sidewalks has to be the outer one. It can't zigzag.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
can't leave a panel of sidewalks open closer to their building. It's the
Right.
outer
If you
one.
have the
All
display next to
displays,
the
all
building,
displays must be next to
Right.
the building.
I just wanted to
Okay,
be sure of that.
so do you want to amend that?
You
to
say
have,
1 panel of sidewalk and the paver area?
Including paver area.
All right, so how about this? 1 5-foot panel of sidewalk and the paver areas must remain clear for pedestrians, comma, with all displays
Place close to the building.
Place closest.
placed next to the building.
Yes.
Adjacent to the
Adjacent to.
Oh, adjacent. That's good.
That's weird.
All right, that's good.
Make a motion to approve as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's good. Thank you for clarifying all that, guys. We'll send this to the chamber tomorrow.
Resolved that Hampton Synagogue is hereby authorized to use Village Marina on Tuesday, September 7th, 2021, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. for the Catholic religious ceremony.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorize the mayor to sign the school resource officer agreement for the 2021-2022 school year with the West Hampton Beach School District.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the village attorneys, Essex Hefter, Angel, Diptalia, and Pasca LLP are hereby authorized to represent the village's zoning board of appeals and Brad Hammond in the CPLR Article 78 proceeding entitled Pamela Franklin Porges, MFP 448 LLC, and Andrew Price versus Zoning Board of Appeals of the Village of West Hampton Beach, Brad Hammond as Chief Building Inspector of the Village of West Hampton Beach, and Jody Sherrill brought in the New York State Supreme Court under index number 615527/2021 at the hourly municipal rate scheduled for special services set forth in the village attorney's retainer letter dated August 14th, 2014.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes Megan Mackey to transcribe the necessary information in regard to the Pamela Franklin Porges MFP 448 LLC and Andrew Price versus Zoning Board of Appeals of the Village of West Hampton Beach, Brad Hammond as Chief Building Inspector of the Village of West Hampton Beach, and Jody Shearer, brought in the New York State Supreme Court in Supreme Court under index number 615527/2021 at the standard rate of $6.25 per page outside of her normal workday to be funded from A 1420.401 litigation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the village clerk treasurer is hereby directed to publish and post a notice of public hearing to be held on Thursday, October 7th, 2021 at 5 p.m. at the Village Hall for a special exception application filed by Hasbro Seafood for outdoor tables, chairs, benches for property located at 77A Main Street, West Hampton Beach.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that the village clerk treasurer is hereby directed to publish and post a notice of public hearing to be held on Thursday, October 7th, 2021 at 5 p.m. at the Village Hall for a special exception application filed by SKL Realty for outdoor tables, chairs, and benches for property located at 115 Main Street, West Hampton Beach.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of West Hampton Beach has conducted a study of the B1, B2, and B3 business districts, and whereas the board engaged the services of Nelson Pope and Voorhees to prepare a study, and whereas Nelson Pope and Voorhees prepared a study entitled 2017 Village of West Hampton Beach Business Districts Planning Study, and whereas the aforesaid planning study was updated in August 2021, and whereas after the preparation and review of the long environmental assessment form, LEAF, parts 1, 2, 3, and part 3 attachment, as prescribed by 6 NYCRR Part 617, State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, for the subject type 1 action, the Village Board of Trustees have considered the magnitude and importance of each potential impact. And whereas the LEAF Parts 1, 2, 3, and Part 3 attached discussed and recommended certain code amendments to the business districts which have been considered by the Board of Trustees. And whereas an uncoordinated review was conducted pursuant to SECRA on the subject type 1 action, as there were no other involved agencies associated with the subject action, and whereas the village trustees find that there are no moderate to large impacts identified in the LEAF Part 2, 3, and Part 3 attachment, and therefore there are no significant adverse impacts associated with the adoption of the proposed local law. Now therefore be it resolved pursuant to SECRA 6 NYCRR Part 617 of the Village Board of Trustees hereby adopts a negative declaration, determination of non-significance for the Village of West Hampton Beach Business Districts Planning Study Update and the proposed code amendments for the business districts, and authorizes the mayor of the Incorporated Village of West Hampton Beach to complete and sign the LEAF Part 3, indicating that the proposed action will not result in any significant impacts, and issue the notice required pursuant to said Part 617.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Rob.
Resolved that Nicholas Tyson and Stephen McManus are hereby authorized to attend the New York State Parks Marine Patrol Vessel Operators Course in Lake George from September 27, 2021 to October 1st, 2021. Lodging and meals are provided at no cost. Travel expenses of $500 to include gas, tolls from GL account code A3120.415, training.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolved that Nicholas Tyson and Steve McManus are hereby authorized to attend the NYS Park Marine Law Enforcement Training Program in Lake George from October 4th, 2021 to October 8th, 2021. Lodging meals are provided at no cost. Travel expense of $500 to include gas tolls from GL account code Apple 3120.415, training.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolved that the village clerk is hereby authorized to publish and post a notice of public hearing to be held on Thursday, October 7th, 2021 at 5 p.m. at Village Hall to consider a local law to prohibit the establishment of retail cannabis dispensaries and on-site cannabis consumption establishments in the Village of West Hampton Beach.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, 115. Now we have the public comment portion. If anybody would like to speak,
I'll speak.
step up to the podium,
It won't be,
state your name.
Erwin Krasnow. I just wanted to basically say two thank yous. I wanted to thank the village for being very proactive pre-storm. Matt Smith and his team was out there on Saturday. I know they were out there through the storm on Sunday. I know Mike was at the marina. You guys protected everything, protected the boats, our investments. And as somebody who's enjoying the marina, I greatly appreciate it. I also wanted to say a thank you for the reason I was here. I really like the fact that this village has been very progressive and proactive in terms of zoning, rezoning, and trying to help business people. It's kind of a place where business people should want to go, as opposed to other municipalities which make it torturous. And I spend too much time in too many meetings, and this is the only one I'm always smiling at. So I wanted to just say thank you on the record for all you've been doing to help all the businesses. And if you had more land, I could do more stuff, you know.
Thanks,
Thank
Erwin.
you for saying that.
Thank you.
All right, anybody else have anything? Then that concludes our meeting. I need a motion to close.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Everybody enjoy your holiday weekend.
Oh, wait.
You got something, Brad?